Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Sidney McCain is in the building. And in the Is It Legal segment tonight, two interesting situations. Is there a double standard in politics regarding women? An update on 2-year-old Caylee Anthony has been missing now for almost 3 months in Florida. Joining us from New York City, attorney and Fox News legal analyst Lise Wheel. And here in St. Paul, attorney and Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly. Double standard. A lot of women saying, hey, you know, if it were Barry Palin, wouldn't be... and Barry's 17-year-old daughter was pregnant, wouldn't be getting this. What do you think?
I think, duh. Yes, of course there's a double standard, and it's obvious, and Palin's case has made it patently obvious. Not even so much about the 17-year-old daughter, really, but this debate about whether the fact that she's a mother of 5 children, which is popping up all over the internet and is being asked by legitimate news anchors.
Yeah, CNN asked her yesterday.
Right, asking whether that somehow disqualifies her because she's going to have to spend too much time. Actually, the way it was asked was, how much time will she be able to spend with her child who has Down syndrome if she becomes the vice president? What business is that of his? None. If she's a good mother, that's her and her family's business, and if she's not a good mother, that's her and her family's business.
So you don't think those questions would be asked of a father?
Of course they. Who has asked whether Barack Obama will be a good father to his 10 and 7-year-old if he gets to be the president of the United States? No one. And by the way, he has a working wife.
Okay, but you could make the, and I did make this earlier with Karl Rove, that the media wants to get Barack Obama elected. That's their primary goal, not to diminish women.
No.
They're going after Palin to marginalize Palin so Obama gets elected.
I don't think that. Maybe that's the motivation for some, Bill, but I think that there is an inherent dismissiveness when it comes to women politicians that just isn't there when it comes to the men.
Okay.
People see different things when they look at the women than they do when they look at the men.
Your compatriot in New York has written a whole book about this kind of stuff called The 51% Minority, and I assume that you... in solidarity with the female persuasion, agree with Ms. Kelly.
And the first chapter in my book is I Can Be President and Mommy Too. And, you know, we would never have this discussion about, oh, juggling. Can she juggle the whole family and work balance? Would she be able to do that? If we were talking about a guy, it just would never, ever happen. And that's why women don't get a break, because if they're aggressive, if they're smart, if they're out there and they're tough, well, they're shrill or they're too hard, or, you know, they're the word I can't say on TV. If they're soft or seem to be perceived as soft, well, they're too soft, they're too feminine. They can't possibly take on the world dictators like Sarah Palin, or, you know, like somebody like Sarah Palin couldn't take on a world dictator because she's too soft. I mean, we can't win, and we've got to get
Is this a conspiracy then, ladies? Wheel, is this a conspiracy by the guys of the world to keep you ladies out of power? Is that what's going on?
You know what, Bill?
Here?
Because you're afraid. You know, if we get in power, we are going to rule the world, and you know what? We're going to do probably a better job.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
It's like high heels and skirts. It's all part of men's plan to stifle women.
Do you think it's a conspiracy by men?
No, it's not a conspiracy. It's just there were plenty of women today who were piling on. That's what makes it so disgusting. Some women were asking the same question. How can she do this when she has
You wouldn't ask that question?
No, I would not ask that question. But what kind of a mother she is her family's business. We have no reason to believe. Now listen, if she has some long history of abusing her children, yes, that's the country's business. But there's no reason to believe there's any mothering problem on her behalf. And who is John Roberts to ask whether she's going to have enough time to take care of her child who has Down syndrome? And I'll tell you, it's not just Sarah Palin. We saw it with Hillary Clinton. When she cried in New Hampshire, people started to talk about she had a meltdown. She had a few tears come to her.
But
let me tell you, also with Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama, they call her militant because she's a strong woman.
Okay, we'll jump in here.
Megan's bringing out the big secret, too, which is that women are sometimes the hardest on other women. Megan, you know, if you're seeing a rape trial, for example, you don't want women necessarily on that jury because they are so hard on other women. Women sometimes try to bring, I mean, a lot of women are terrific.
What is that all about? What is that all about? What's the psychology behind that?
Don't want to necessarily see a strong woman succeed because it scares them as well, because they've made a choice not to proceed that way. And so it's a double negative. It's the men who are afraid of the women, and the women who don't want to see a strong woman sucid.
Where's the sisterhood, ladies?
Hey, ladies, sisterhood.
All right, I got 40 seconds, Kelly, if you'd calm down.
Just saying.
This woman, this mother who we think killed her baby in Florida, what's the latest on this one?
Yeah, well, now police are confirming that they do indeed believe the child is dead. That air tests done on the trunk of the mother's car confirm human decomposition inside. They tested the hairs that were found there.
How come she hasn't been charged with murder?
Well, because all they have right now is a circumstantial case. There's no rush to charge.
Even with that, all that physical evidence?
Even if they can prove the child's dead, how do they prove murder right now? How do they prove she actually intentionally hurt the child? All they could prove at this point maybe is abuse of the corpse. Yeah, she got rearrested on petty theft charges, small potatoes kind of thing.
She's
but believe
still out?
Me, she's back in jail now. But they're building a case.
All right. Megan, Lise, thank you very much.